My name's Kelsey, and most of you know me as the loudmouth, no-filtered, boss-ass bitch producer from BuzzFeed, which I am. But something that very few people know about me is that I suffer from a neuropathic chronic pain condition known as trigeminal neuralgia, or TN. The trigeminal nerve is a nerve located within the brain. It's primarily responsible for transmitting sensation from the brain to the face. TN is a type of neuropathic pain, a type of pain that can occur when nerves are damaged or injured. In the medical field, trigeminal neuralgia is considered to be one of the worst pains known to mankind, sending excruciating pain throughout the face, head, and jaw. The pain of TN is comparable to severe burns, childbirth, and even the bite of a bullet ant. I'm okay. At one point, TN was nicknamed the suicide disease because people who suffer from this would take their own lives because of the severity of the pain. Because of the pain, I've had multiple surgeries to try and fix it, along with expensive medications, therapies, treatments, injections, acupunctures. I just had Botox injected all across my forehead, into my scalp and jawline to try and help with the pain. You can kind of see the bruising. I mean, that costs $1,200 just to get this area done. You name it, I have tried it. Well, I have tried almost everything. Recently, I've heard news stories and read articles about marijuana helping chronic pain. I'm at a point in my pain and in my life where I can't take it anymore, and I'm willing to try anything. I don't smoke weed anymore. Something you should know about me, I used to smoke weed back in high school, and then once I got older, I kind of started having really adverse reactions to it and just quit. Though I may not be a smoker anymore, I know that there's hundreds of strains of cannabis, so I needed to know exactly what I was looking for. So I decided to go to a really smart place at UCLA and talk to a really fancy doctor about it.
There's pretty strong evidence that whole leaf marijuana or extracts of it can be helpful for nerve pain. Chronic pain, but specifically nerve pain, is the strongest evidence.
Wait a minute there, Doc. Just how far back does this evidence go? There are records from 2900 BCE of Chinese Emperor Fuxing stating marijuana possesses yin and yang. Around 1000 BCE in ancient India, cannabis was combined with milk to drink as an anesthetic. The ancient Greek Dr. Galen would use cannabis to treat flatulence and pain. The Mexican Revolution of 1910 brought many Mexican immigrants to the US, who introduced Americans to the recreational use of weed. The Great Depression increased racial tension, which caused the public demand for government to crack down on marijuana use. Marijuana was then associated with lower class communities. So basically, for forever, marijuana use wasn't seen negatively until an influx of immigrants and racial tension caused it to be criminalized, causing it to lose its historical association with medicine. But back to Dr. Strauss telling me something that blew my mind.
It's not at all clear that THC alone has much pain relieving effect.
Oh. So going to be on the hunt not for weed, but something called CBD oil, which is actually THC free. What is the difference between CBD and THC?
The psychoactive part of marijuana, the part that gets you high, is THC.
Right.
CBD does not tend to make people feel high or intoxicated, that there's a balance there, that a roughly 1-to-1 mix sort of makes it easier for people to get a pain relief without that highness that at least some people experience as unpleasant.
What? Why don't they teach us this kind of shit in high school? That there is a weed out there that I can smoke and not get high. Is the legalization of marijuana kind of undermining the use of it as medicine too? Like, are people afraid that if medical marijuana becomes kind of the norm, will people stop going to see doctors? Will people stop writing prescriptions? Will the pharmaceutical world collapse? Is that a concern?
So yes, my hunch is maybe there are people concerned about that. At another level, I mean, many people are worried about how responsible is big marijuana going to be, right? You know, big marijuana like big tobacco,
right,
which until whatever year it was, 1982, was telling us that cigarettes didn't cause lung cancer. So it's a huge business opportunity here, and they're going for it, right? And so in whose interest will that business development be? Marijuana is still illegal according to the Controlled Substances Act of the federal government. It's simply to work with the organizations that the federal government sustains is really complicated and bureaucratic, and that's one of the reasons why there's so much anger
around it. Because then it becomes like a government thing. We're letting the government control whether or not people can get better. While there is research being done, the US is so far behind compared to other countries. There are still so many states where this is illegal, and there's a stigma of that hippie stoner vibe attached to this medicine. I could not imagine living in a state where I needed this to function, and then potentially having to go to a job where they drug test and not being able to take my medicine. I want people to watch this video and rethink their relationship and their opinions on marijuana. Last minute, I decided to add one more thing to the test. This was a medication that I had talked to Dr. Strauss about. It's called Charlotte's Web. So they can actually sell it to any state in America because it's considered hemp and not cannabis. This one I'm really excited to try because this is the kind of strain that we see in those Facebook videos. They recommend that you use this and kind of integrate it into part of your diet. So they're saying it might not work the first time, maybe it does for some people, but it's something that you should do daily. It tastes like mint chocolate chip. Charlotte's Web. Oh my God. Charlotte's Web. I promise, despite the look of my hair, I'm doing much better today. I actually slept like some of the best sleep I've slept in a long time, which to have a pain-free sleep night is pretty rare. So I'm gonna start using this a lot more. It took a couple days of tinkering with the amounts to figure out what was most effective, but I highly recommend any chronic pain patients to try this first. Even though it's $150 a bottle, which lasts me about a month, it was worth every penny. When I started this journey, I think the thing I was most afraid of was, would ingesting the cannabis affect my energy or my ability to function or my personality? When in reality, I was able to sleep better. My headaches were less frequent, which gave me more energy. I just so badly want others to be able to have the chance to experience what I did. What's gonna take for that to happen? Is it like a big company backing medicinal marijuana? What is it gonna take? Is it money? Is it more signatures? I don't know.
Well, I think for us to do, for example, this kind of research in the VA, a federal entity, it would probably require a repeal of the Federal Controlled Substances Act.
If you get anything from this video, know that it's chronic pain sufferers don't just want your sympathy, they want your support and your action. I put some links below to organizations that are working all across the country to reform medical marijuana laws, as well as some resources for chronic pain sufferers. I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to WHTC, UCLA, and the Facial Pain Research Foundation. And if you're a sufferer, I just want to say, don't give up. Keep trying different methods. Talk to your doctor, make them listen to your concerns. Tell them about cannabis, talk to them about cannabis. I am happy to have found an alternative to prescription pills or opiates, because a lot of times that's the first option chronic pain sufferers are given. And for people like me whose condition doesn't even react to opiates, this has been an incredibly life-changing experience. I've been so happy to be educated about this and learn more about how my body reacts to medical marijuana so that I'm not so nervous or afraid of it anymore. I'm gonna keep using the CBD roll-on stick, and I use the Charlotte's Web every day, but I'm not gonna stop trying things. This is definitely not the solution. It's not over. And just seeing the widespread acceptance of this plant as medicine makes me feel incredibly excited and optimistic about chronic pain for the first time ever.